Hey, I'm Ben. This is our Silvertop House, perched in the treetops behind Eltham Village. It aims to be a contemporary expression of the natural living synonymous with this beautiful locality. The owners are a family of four, one of whom, Anne, has recently undertaken a vocational change from a busy legal professional to a garden designer. And this property is an opportunity for her to exercise her new career path into the future. And we're very conscious that we're creating a house around which she will soon design and implement her first major landscape. Having grown up in the area, Anne and Tim are attuned to the local environment and its design vernacular, Eltham's tradition of natural materials and environmentally responsive buildings and gardens. And for me, it's a privilege to design a new house in this neighbourhood. I love Eltham and its natural setting and its design history. I didn't grow up there, but if you ask someone who did grow up in Eltham what it was like, they sort of have this wistful smile where they recall, houses of mud bricks and brick floors and highlight windows, the exposed rafters. They were terribly thermally inefficient, and a lot of them are being renovated now. We're doing one now, actually. But they had a great spirit and a connection with nature. And we wanted to capture a little bit of that spirit, albeit with completely different materials. Budget and sloping site wouldn't permit mass, let alone mud bricks on this site. And much more thermally efficient and light and bright, and a contemporary form that speaks to current family needs. But just a little bit of that spirit and connection with nature, synonymous with Eltham and its people. The family wanted zone spaces that are flexible to enable work, play and creativity from home. They wanted spaces in which they can come together, but also seek selective solitude. They wanted their house to sit comfortably in the environment and connect them with the elements. To use passive solar and cross ventilation to be comfortable with minimal energy input. The site had great opportunities, but also significant constraints. On top of a hill, it has great views of many established trees, but these trees actually shade much of the site, potentially compromising solar gain. The block is oriented north of the front, meaning any living rooms opening up to the warming sun would face the street, presenting potential privacy issues. And the property's steep slope, 2 metres from east to west or left to right from the front, unveils expansive distant views and sunsets over Eltham's valley to the west, but any windows facing this way would potentially overheat in summer, unless carefully shaded. Also, the block's dramatic slope would make construction potentially difficult, labour intensive and expensive, so materials like concrete or brick would be prohibitively costly when working to a relatively modest budget of $1 million for a 240 square metre house. So we set out to take advantage of the sloping site while overcoming its difficulties and being cost effective, using an L-shaped floor plan all on one level. The front of the house is raised, so the living spaces and deck are in the treetops, enjoying unobstructed sunlight while maintaining privacy from the street below. The north-facing living room enjoys warming winter sun and cross ventilation. The cantilevered deck draws occupants out into the leafy surrounds. And the Silvertop Ash slats provide privacy and control summer sun, while presenting as a clean but naturally textured form to the street. And being raised, this front corner provides a nice little undercroft for parking the car underneath. The kitchen meals living area opens on both the north side and south side, where it steps down to the backyard to be landscaped by Anne in coming years. The timber slats wrap around the west side here to provide sun screening and privacy screening to the neighbour on the site down below, to the left-hand side. The relationship between rooms is really important to allow family members to come together or seek selective recluse when needed, or the in-between times where they can be in adjacent spaces doing their own things but not completely disconnected from each other. At the front east corner, a second living room provides a flexible space that can be many things, used as an occasional guest bedroom or a creative space for drawing, craft, sewing, playing the piano or simply relaxing. This room and an additional home office on the other side of the laundry, across the main entry hallway, and when open have a line of sight to the kitchen, so you can always be in contact with each other when you want to, enabling family members to remain connected while in separate spaces. The bedroom wing is perpendicular to the living wing, running the length of the block's eastern side, opening up to expansive western views over the valley and amazing sunsets, and creating that space for Anne's garden to evolve with the pool, the fire pit and a productive garden. The kids' bedrooms share light and views with the corridor servicing this wing through these internal windows. Creates a nice little relationship between occupants, controllable by internal windows, and internal window furnishings between the spaces. External shading for the western façade is provided by steel mesh arbour above the shallow porch, seasonally engulfed by deciduous plants. It's a simple Rio mesh painted black for plants to go over. The Silvertop board and battens is brought inside in a dress form, and the palette reinforces the relationship with nature. Warm materials and natural light. The house is all lightweight, timber frame and timber clad, making it more cost effective and practical to build on a sloping site. We're also of the view that while thermal mass can be great, where appropriate, a lightweight building can actually be really thermally sound and well insulated and well oriented. Still comfortably getting over 6 stars without any concrete slab, and being a much lower embodied energy solution and touching the earth lightly. From the street, the rectilinear form delicately floats in the treetops, and the facade changes from opaque to semi-transparent as the Silvertop Ash board and batten cladding transitions into slats, and even the slats vary from opaque to semi-transparent as the sun moves around them. This rough-sawn hardwood from sustainably managed Victorian plantations is growing gracefully, blending the house into its surrounds. And while our part is finished, we're looking forward to the next stage in the property's evolution as Anne's landscape starts to take shape around it.